We have right now with us April Jones of Slade in Oregon. Thank you, and we'll see you all next week on Thrash Zone.
I think Elle would like that.
What do you guys like? Are you like super sex fiend or something?
I have some questions here.
Everybody at the SatirCon, and me and David went across the street and got tattooed.
Oh, wow, that's
both
right. We both got infected.
Both of them got infected, yeah.
Welcome to Portland!
Yeah.
Metal.
At the legendary Hawthorne Theater this evening in Portland.
So I want to talk about your new album. I really like what I've heard. What was your creative process behind it?
There's really like not a lot of rocket science to it. It's just like it starts with a guitar riff, which is basically the meat of every thrash metal song, and it's a pretty organic process the way we do things. It's like Gary or Lee write a riff and then we jam it out with drums. It usually starts with guitars and drums, and then it just evolves from there. I equate it to building a sandwich, and the riffs are the meat and the drums are the bread that holds it all together. And it's fun. I mean, I totally enjoy the process. I like, there's always that uncomfortable stage. Like, in some songs will write themselves, pretty much. Like, you just got a groove and you're going with it. Like, some of the songs on this record came together super fast, and some of them were a very tedious root canal-like process, where we had to, jam for 4 hours, and you got a minute and 13 worth of usable material, But it's part of the process. I love the process. I like jamming out riffs, and once you get past that uncomfortable stage of I don't know how to do this, and some days you're just like, fuck it, I'm gonna retire, and then the next day you'll write a song in 20 minutes or the gist of a song, and you'll be like, all right, I could do this, Yep, Kurt came in and ripped out a solo on Salt the Wound. That was a lot of fun. Finally Kirk Hammett gets to be on an Exodus album. the band, you know, he helped found so many years ago. So it was cool. It was kind of like a full circle deal, if you want to look at it that way or whatever. But it was fun. It was easy. He came to my house where we were recording at, and drove up and ripped out a solo, and then we barbecued chicken and drank beer. It was, you know.
I'm wondering though, with the whole playing for Slayer also, did that affect any of the album or any shows or plans, or did it prolong?
No, not really. I mean, we pretty much worked within the parameters of, you know, what was going on, and, you know, everybody in the band's supportive of what Gary's doing. I mean, he deserves the success, and I'm super happy and proud of him that, you know, he gets to go do what he loves to do, you know. And it, you know, it doesn't do anything to hurt the profile of our own band either. So, you know, it was pretty much easy. I mean, Gary and me have been jamming together for so long. It's like it's pretty easy when it comes to the writing part. And, you know, when it came to the tracking part, he was present for the drum tracks, and then he laid down his rhythm tracks, and then he went on tour, and Jack did all the rest of the production with the band.
Was it hard bringing him back after like what kind of happened? You guys were pretty bummed on him.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of had to like put that stuff aside. It was, you know, it was a difficult transition, and we all love Rob and the music that we made with Rob. We're very proud of the albums that we did with him, and when this album came into play, it's like, you know, it was album number 10. It was very special and very important to us. It's like, you know, how many bands even get to make 10 records, you know? So we were kind of at an impasse with Rob, and, you know, communication was good, just we weren't able to get over certain things, and I won't go too deep into that, but, you know, so we brought Zed in to just try and just sing on a couple albums just to see what it would feel like and what it would sound like. And he basically sang his way back into the band, you know? It's like, and, you know, it's well documented, our history and our past with him and all the shit that has happened or whatever, but you kind of got to let it go and go for what's best at the moment. And honestly, you know, he wanted it. He wanted it more than the guy who had it, and we needed somebody that wanted it like that, you know?
They had that passion.
Yeah, and he had it, and he brought it to his vocals, you know? You know, it was, we're like, should we get this guy back? All this shit happened or whatever, but, you know, it was 10 years ago, and we are all older now, and, you know, we're able to communicate better. It's just like, when you get to be as old as we are, it's like, you can call somebody on their shit, like, right away, you know?
Questions from some fans.
All right.
From Portland, Brian, Time Warrior Brian asks, how many times have you seen Paul Bailoff barf?
I can't say that I ever did. I mean, he held his liquor and his drugs and whatever else we were doing back then very well. You know, I can't say that I've ever seen him throw up. I don't recall him ever throwing up. That's not to say he never had. But I think where that's concerned, I would probably be the one cross-eyed throwing up way before he would. Yeah, you know, and it's sad because, like, his lifestyle kind of probably aided to his demise, you know. Too soon. We miss you, Paul.
So you guys come to Portland a lot. What do you like about Portland?
They love their metal here, and we like to go where they love their metal. It's a cool town too. I've spent some time just hanging out in this town. It's pretty awesome. But I think that they're supportive and passionate about this kind of music. So, if they want it, we're coming.
Yeah.
We need the rain. We need the snow. It's like I'm looking forward to going skiing actually this winter, and not on dirt, on actual powder.
I see you're ready to be loud and fuck some shit up. I see. Cool. All right.
Is it much harder now that the years are going by? And I know for myself, playing guitar and playing out, it's so much different than when I was young. I have to put twice as much energy in. And
Yeah. I mean, summoning up the energy is like you don't have all that natural energy you had in your 20s or whatever, where you feel like you're bulletproof. But I think I just go through a heavy practice regimen before we go out on the road, and as long as I get in like an hour a day of good solid drumming without a lot of breaks, I'm okay. But yeah, as I get older, it's definitely done through repetition to build stamina.
there's more discipline now.
This shit ain't easy, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be putting my knee brace on before getting to the pit.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's like as long as the energy's there and the crowd's there and they're excited about it, gotta rock.
Oh, yeah.
to tell you, we haven't practiced in 30 years. We're a little rusty. You guys know. So we're gonna slow things down a little bit. We're gonna take it to the desert. Fuck yeah, this is the desert.
We got a couple new members in the band, by the way, Chris and Ryan, and we couldn't be happier.
Wacky new members.
Wacky new, the backpack here. And
I went into hibernation for about 20 years. I was eating a lot of Fruity Pebbles, watching a lot of cartoons, stuff. So
But you didn't-
I was like in a perpetual 1970s Saturday morning state for about 20 years. So.
New album we're trying to record now, write songs for, and we're doing the Exodus show.
So can you reveal something, like what's the creative process behind this new album, like the influence?
The influences is, oh my gosh.
Funny you should ask.
Drugs.
Drugs?
Burger King.
Yeah, for me it's Burger King. I mean, and it's true. I mean, before every rehearsal, I always stop at Burger King, right? Because I got to fill up on a Whopper. Sometimes the number 8, which is the crispy chicken sandwich, right? I got to tell you though, when we first started getting back and rehearsing, it was pretty awesome because Burger King had those Satis fries. Did you have the Satis fries? You know what I'm talking about?
I've never been satisfied.
And I guess it was like a promotion kind of a thing. And then they pulled that carpet out from under me. And
that's sponsored by Burger King, by the way.
Yeah. So, but outside of that, I mean, really, it's Bugs Bunny cartoons. It's the Flintstones, our influences. 80s and 70s TV show theme songs, for sure. Find their way in there.
It'd be funny. Well, yeah, that's exactly. It'd be funny if it wasn't true, but it's
Yeah, I mean, it really is true.
Me and Ryan spent hours trying to figure out what's that country song? No, that country.
Oh, fuck it. What, last night?
Yeah. East, down, rolling out and trucking. Smoking the Bandit.
Smoking the Bandit, yeah.
And we're not even doing it as a Spazztic song, but we still have our riff.
It's no joke, they'll spend 7 hours learning some TV show theme song that we're never going to use.
But in the back of my mind, it's going to be used somewhere in the, I'll listen to the Love Boat theme and I'll go, wow, I hear a riff in that, and I'll use it later down the line.
Throw a blast beat under it?
Yeah. I'm not even kidding.
I mean, who would dare throw a blast beat underneath the Love Boat theme song? Right? And by the time you do that, people don't even realize it's the Love Boat theme song, but it is.
Yeah.
No one would even know.
No, it's actually true that one of our new songs is almost entirely music from The Godfather.
Yeah.
It's sped up, so you don't even really recognize it.
It's actually a sequel to He Not a Home. So we wrote a sequel to He Not a Home. It's called The Night He Came a Home. And
by the way, we have a song called He Not a Home.
Yeah, in case you weren't aware. Right. For those of you that don't know,
I thought everybody knew.
Yeah, it's based on the Godfather theme music.
Just for playing with Exodus, I thought it'd be kind of funny just to the way I met Paul Bailoff years ago when Wehrmacht first was doing one of our first out of town gigs.
When I was 5.
Yeah, he was 5 and I was like 17 or something. We show up somewhere in California, Southern California, with our book bags and sleeping bags, right? And we get out of the truck and we find the house that Paul Bailoff lives, and some other guys from Exodus I think live there, and we're staying there for the night. And we knock on the door, and all of a sudden we hear this, commotion going on, and then all of a sudden the door comes flying open, and this guy comes rolling down the stairs, because there was like a staircase right by the door. He comes rolling down the stairs, and here comes Paul Bailoff running down the stairs, beating him and stuff with a bat and stuff. and I guess there was maybe like a bad deal going down or something, and we're just sitting there going like, and the guy like, as the guy's like begging for his life and running out of the porch, Paul Bailoff turns around, looks at us, and goes, "Oh, it's the Wehrmacht guys! Come on in!" And from that night on, it was like party central, and it was the perfect entrance to this whole fiasco, and I couldn't ask for a better introduction to Paul Bailoff, really.
Yeah. And it's kind of funny. I missed this entire incident because I was actually at the Burger King in Berkeley. There used to be a Burger King there on University and Shattuck, if you've ever been to Berkeley there. And at that time, there was a Burger King there. And I had gone off on this search. It was an exodus, if you will.
Oh, that's
guess
a good
where
one.
that fucking happened. Wild guess. That happened.
Where it happened?
Yeah.
It was a singer. Dell was a singer for Lockjaw.
Yeah.
Yeah, it happened at his house in his kitchen. That's the weirdest place because I don't know. But anyway, it was just me and Dave were sitting there. I came up with Spazztic and he came up with the Blur part, and we put it together like.
Blur Spazztic. You were like.
Yeah, that didn't work. So it's kind of like we were trying to think of a name that explained our music. And that's kind of where it came from, I guess.
Kind of like there's already a band called Retarded.
Yes. Was there?
So you guys are Kiss fans, huh?
Yeah.
Of course.
All of us are.
Yeah. Marco loves Tommy Thayer. It's his favorite guitar player of all time.
He's a complete liar for that one, but I actually don't like Kiss because ever since Ace and Peter left the second time, I don't really like Kiss anymore. But
You wanted the best, you got the best.
I like the all four original Kiss only.
Tommy.
Not
Well,
Tommy.
and Mark St. John. So let's,
I'm not a Vinnie Vincent fan, and I don't like. But I love Eric Carr though. He rest in peace. He was a great drummer, great guy. Yeah, but Kiss is always going to be part of my history. If it wasn't for Ace Frehley, I wouldn't be here right now.
I really liked how he came over and laid down a solo.
Oh yes, I was very fortunate to get that. Yes.
Well, we're hoping to get Peter Criss to come in on the next album, and
It didn't cost any money. Amazingly.
Yeah.
Eddie Money didn't show up.
Eddie Money? Yeah, we didn't get Eddie Money either. So
We're actually playing all Cranberry songs tonight.
That's supposed to be a surprise.
Oh, I blew it. Sorry, guys. Spazztic Blurr is an Eddie Money tribute band.
I've only seen Eddie Money once, but it was on the set of a Geico commercial, so it was kind of weird.
That's right. Well, back in the day, that's where I met Eric. Was at this place called the Death House, and it was basically a place where all these band guys would hang out and stuff. And there was in the attic, they had a drum set and some cabinets, and you just go up there in the middle of the night and start, just playing around, and this guy's playing drums and another guy playing guitar, and just fucking smoke weed and play music and stuff. And that's where a lot of my influences came from. And also like guys from like Megadeth and other bands would party. DRI, Suicidal. They'd come there after the show and party. Boss Skaggs, yes.
Foghat.
Dead or Alive was there once, I think.
Right said Fred.
But no, it was definitely different back then. The police wasn't so heavily controlling everything. They used to make us pour our beer out.
I found a solo career by then.
Yeah. Sometimes I'm amazed we get anything done in this band because all this.
Yeah, we just get things done. That's
But actually, we do get a lot of things done.
We like to keep the goal.
taking care of business, dude.
Yes.
Because we really like to fuck with people, and as much as we love metal and we want to play with metal bands, I mean, we do.
You can't be all metal.
No, you can't be all metal all the time. Sometimes you have to sing about Christmas carols, right? Sometimes you have to do Christmas carols, and you have to sing about Burger King, right? And cartoons and stuff like that. So
You have to.
An Ace. Yeah.
one of the things that was kind of weird back in the day was that people didn't know where to put us because we were so like weird and and be like, are they actually playing? Are they actually doing a jingle? You know, a Christmas Carol kind of a thing, right? So
that's why they didn't play any shows.
Right.
Yeah. We don't try to piss anybody off. We just do things our own way, and some people get it, some people don't. You know? We like making people happy. At least I do. Maybe these guys don't.
We actually met back in the '80s through. Do you know what tape trading is? That's how we all met.
Right.
And I lived in Maine, like all the way on the East Coast.
Portland, the other Portland.
Yeah, and I discovered Vermont and Spazztic Blurr through tape trading, and I became such a huge fan of Spazztic in particular that
he's the head of our fan club.
I offered to run their fan club. So you look their album, my old home address is on there. I was the fan club guy, but people from all over the world were writing to Spazztic Blurr thinking that I was in the band. So I made up the story that I was in the band and I was so rich that I would just fly to Portland, Oregon every weekend to practice with the band.
You know, now you just you hear the band, and by 60 minutes later, you can have their whole, catalog downloaded on your computer.
And the funny thing is, we were all 6 years old at the time.
Well, he was. He's a young guy in the band. One thing I love about Ryan is that he is a true fucking guitar, bass player, whatever you want to call him, but he devotes his life to playing music, and I think that's fucking awesome, because a lot of people I've been in bands with, they don't devote their whole life to it, and then, basically sacrifice their lifestyle for music. And that shows a lot of, guts, I think.
Yeah,
Marco, that is so sweet of you to say.
Well, yeah.
Alright, what's the best band? Iron Maiden or Judas Priest?
Iron Maiden.
Iron Maiden.
And I just saw Judas Priest up at the Tacoma Dome 2 weeks ago. They were good.
Iron Maiden or Judas Priest?
What are those bands like?
They're Coca-Cola.
Never heard of them.
I love Priest, but Iron Maiden.
Yeah, you're going to pick one or the other.